Our video today is not for the faint of heart. In this case, you cannot unlearn information. Turn back now if you are not ready to have your mind opened. This is your chance to go back to or to stay asleep. The choice is always yours. Viewer discretion is advised. Awaken in 3, 2, 1.
This is Earth speaking. We would like to know you. Please reply.
Live long and prosper. Jola and true, we come in peace.
This is Earth speaking. We would like to know you. Please reply.
We do not tolerate deceit.
We would like to know you. We would like to know you. We would like to know you. Please reply.
Hello. Nuklik! The emergence of the octopus. Are they from the upper atmosphere? Did they hitch a ride off of apparent incoming life-bearing particles from space? The multifactorial data and critical analysts since the 1960s has come to a very plausible conclusion. Life-bearing comets seeded Earth about or before 4.1 billion years ago. First, friends, what is up with the releasing of a dove during an extraterrestrial arrival? In every movie I have seen, releasing the dove does not turn out fantastic. Maybe that's the point. Humans release a dove explaining their intentions, unconsciously, of course. Galaxsees, friends and friends to be. Humanity, please don't come after our translator. We all know that honesty is the best policy in all relationships. Humans at times can become slightly aggressive. Is aggressive the correct word? Confrontational, antagonistic, truculent, feisty, unfriendly. For these reasons, we gently provide you with the following information. If we are incorrect, please let our translator know the word you would use in the video's comments. Symbols rule the world. Back down, Beehive. That statement, girls rule the world, is a wonderful message in a title, but even that title is a symbol. Maybe all this time, the symbol, the releasing of a dove into the air, is an extraterrestrial inside joke. A telepathic joke. You know, like the real meaning of LOL. Doves are some of the most aggressive creatures on Earth. The more you know, right? Humans release the dove, then extraterrestrials read the message and avoid Earth. Or maybe I am just reaching. Doves are a symbol of a messenger, right? That might be those carrier pigeons. Those might even be the same type of bird, a pigeon and a dove. I will check brave.com for that answer later. Well then, in my humble opinion, the message is birds eat octopus. Still, I believe something has been lost in translation. Oh, I had better go ahead and give that an allegedly for all of that last part I just said. These are my opinions and translations of the symbols I see on Earth. Scientists have said that certain octopus, such as the mimic octopus, can mimic up to 15 different types of marine species. It is believed that octopus are the smartest in the ocean. They change their texture, color, and behavior to mimic their environment. Panspermia is the belief that life on Earth was seeded by microorganisms in space. carrying the codes for life. These seeds were distributed across a newly habitable Earth. Translation: the same comet that caused the mass extinction also had microorganisms inside of it. Galactic comets were the inbound extraterrestrials spacecraft. Tentacles that latch onto prey and allow for flexible mobility, sophisticated camouflage abilities, 3 hearts, adaptable eyes, regenerating limbs. Octopus are highly intelligent beings and the chameleons of the sea. They are the aliens, say scientists. The scientists believe that crypto-preserved eggs that create octopuses arrived on a comet. It is plausible. That is the new scientific theory for the origin of octopuses. 33 scientists believe octopus came from outer space. Octopuses are able to evolve in a distinctly alien way that no other organisms do. Octopuses are able to edit their own bodies. In order to adapt to their changing environments, octopus edit their RNA. DNA changes beneficially for the host through genetic mutations. A fruit fly or a human brain is recoded less than 1%. For an octopus, it is more than 60% of RNA transcripts for the celluloid brains. After decades of extensive research, the study was published in Progressive Biophysics and Molecular Biology, which is a peer reviewed journal. In summary, octopuses are space aliens who have arrived from outer space. Their advanced biology says so. The 33 scientists from respected institutions say that 270 million years ago, octopuses arrived on Earth. The genome of the octopus shows a staggering level of complexity with 33,000 protein coded genes, more than is present in Homo sapiens. It is plausible, then, to suggest they seem to be borrowed from a far distant future in terms of terrestrial evolution, or more realistically, from the cosmos at large, and that one plausible explanation, in our view, is that the new genes are likely new extraterrestrial imports to Earth. The materials for the building blocks of DNA have been found. Rosetta mission to Comet 67P found organic molecules, the basis of sugars and amino acids, inside the frozen ice. Parasites. In a past life, possibly, I studied parasitology. I just can't stand parasites, so maybe that is a past life correct guess. Parasitology draws on techniques from fields such as cell biology, bioinformatics, biochemistry, molecular biology, immunology, genetics, evolution, and ecology. Thank you for that quote, Wikipedia. Parasites have been recognized in octopus and many marine life. I wonder if the life-threatening human blood parasite infestations we have been seeing around Earth are caused in part by eating many of our sea and land friends. If octopuses are from outer space, as the very intelligent 33 scientists have stated, then it is not a huge leap to consider that their parasites are from outer space also. Right? Maybe. I wonder how parasites are transferred between humans. I wonder what the side effects of parasites are. I wonder if parasites cause aggression in humans. Hmm. Thankfully, we have Wikipedia for learning that information. Octopuses are in water. Does that mean that the parasites are in the water? Humans must have water to survive. I have so many questions. I wonder if parasites from eating many of our various friends caused the first human extinctions. I guess one would have to look at the body contents of the ancient Egyptian royalty to find out. This is just another guess of mine, but the wealthy of a population eat the best. Egyptian queens would eat the best food back in the day. If it was me, I would start my investigation right there. The stomach contents of exhumed Egyptian queens. Is her stomach filled with parasites? But then again, she is in the desert. How did she get an octopus? Maybe those darn birds again. The philosopher Peter Godfrey Smith studied the nature of intelligence. He likened the octopus to hypothetical, intelligent extraterrestrials. In many countries where octopus are listed as experimental animals, surgery may not be performed on them without anesthesia. Thank you for that kindness, humans. We see you. Coming up for certain is Organism 46B. Could Organism 46B be an octopus, a real life EBE? Galaxsees, friends and friends to be. Please take a moment to subscribe, share, and smash that like button. Organism 46B. For years, whispered across UFO Twitter and in other circles as sideways smiles, or even whispered with a chill down one's spine, has been the story of our friend and your possible friend to be, 33 feet long Organism 46B. Lake Vostok hasn't been exposed to the air for more than 20 million years. Dr. Anton Podalka has come forward with a claim. He claims to have been part of the Antarctic science team that discovered Organism 46B. There are two sides to every story. Organism 46B was chilling and relaxing under at least 2 miles of ice when humans broke through the roof of its freshwater home. The humans smashed the sanctuary roof. When a surprised Organism 46B defended itself. Unfortunately, the humans suffered losses. He said, "We encountered Organism 46B on our first day. It disabled our radio, which we later learned, to our alarm, was intentional. It was also able to paralyze prey from a distance of up to 150 feet by releasing its venom into the water. Tragically, my colleague and lifelong friend was killed this way. He tread water, wearing a blissful smile as the organism approached him. We watched helplessly as it used its arms to tear off his head, then popped his remains in its mouth. It was as if it had him telepathically. The shape-shifting capabilities of 46B sound almost diabolical It shaped itself into the form of a human diver. We thought it was one of my colleagues swimming towards us in scuba gear. By the time the closest scientist had realized what it was, it had grabbed him and torn him to bits. Wow, Organism 46B has a memory like an elephant. Apparently, one of Dr. Padalka's colleagues attacked and chopped off its arm. Later that night, it slithered across the ice bank and strangled her. Apparently, the humans trapped Organism 46B in a tank. Organism 46B deserves to be free. Then the humans took Organism 46B away. Well, then, a life sentence in a tank? One could say that is on par with being eaten alive. The discovery of microorganisms in Lake Vostok may mean that perhaps the first meeting with extraterrestrial life could happen on Europa. Dr. Vladimir Kotlyakov, director of the Geography Institute at the Russian Academy of Sciences. Most, if not all, of UFO Twitter already knows this, but for those of you who are new here, telepathy altering a human's behavior has been well studied and published in PDF format documents free to all of you all over the internet. The truth is out there, and all you need is brave.com. With all the money that has been placed in studies to look at telepathy, to me, that means that telepathy works. That is my opinion. Why would the smartest of the most intelligent people on earth be allowed to open a faucet pouring millions to billions of dollars into something that doesn't work? According to Ostrander and Schroeder, the ability to put people to sleep and wake them up telepathically from a distance of a few yards to over 1,000 miles became the most thoroughly tested and perfected contribution of the Soviets to international parapsychology. It is reported that the ability to control a person's consciousness with telepathy is being further studied and tested in laboratories in Leningrad and Moscow. The work was started in the early 1920s, but that was not published until the early 1960s. The work was begun by K.O. Kotkov, a psychologist from the Krakow University in 1924. Kotkov could telepathically obliterate an experimental subject's consciousness from short distances or from the opposite side of town.
For a British newspaper you may not have predicted is 14-leg killer squid.
Are you awake?